Maybe someone's listening out there and they say, well, I don't have a community. We ask some, powerful questions. I think, who's got, your passwords, your bank accounts, your investments, who knows all your pins, who could you trust like your children with or trust your parents with? What are some of the questions that people are listening out there saying, no, I'm okay? Because most of these guys are, I know I'm fine. I can do this alone. I don't share anything with anyone. I don't trust anyone, been burned too many times. What are the powerful frames or questions that people should be asking themselves?
It's funny that you say that is because the same guys that are doing that are white knuckling through life. Um, I think that you have to go look in the mirror and go out and take and we have in phase one, we have this mirror assessment where for everybody else, we put on this face and we say all those things that you just said. But then when no one's home and we go look in the mirror, what do we really see? And if we're truly honest with ourselves, because we can lie to ourselves, but we know the answer, we know the truth. So we can say it, we can look in the mirror, and we have this exercise where they literally go into a bathroom, and I want you to have a conversation with yourself and look yourself in the eyes and talk about something that's super uncomfortable. What is the truth that you can say all those things, but the reality is, how alone do you feel? How alone do you actually feel? And you can be the biggest, toughest macho man dude, but at the end of the day, do you feel alone? And do you feel unheard and unappreciated and stressed? And I think you have to get really honest. And a good friend of mine, a former teammate, said it best. He just said, you just have to submit. And I know that for men, that's a very hard thing to do, but just submit to a process, submit to love, submit to the ability to change and grow and see things from a different perspective. You just have to let it all go. Let this ego go that is holding you back. Like, oh, I'm a man. It's like, listen, the greatest men in the world seek counsel. No one did it by themselves. Alexander the Great himself had counsel in his name. Julius Caesar had counsel that he did. Marcus Aurelius had multiple mentors from the time he was a young boy. Had some amazing mentors in his life to help him become the man that he was. So what makes you think that you're different other than this rhetoric that you've been programmed to think that you don't need anybody? No man is self-made. There's no such thing as a self-made man.
Hmm.
It takes a tribe, it takes a community, it takes people in your corner. And if you don't have people in that corner, you have to ask yourself why. Is it you? Do you not have what I call rules of engagement from the military? Do you not that essentially translate to core values? What are your core values? What are your morals? And do you have any? And if you don't have any, is it because they're not correct?
Yeah.
They're not the runs that are going to align with other people. Because and what I think most people avoid community or avoid creating a friendship that way or a brotherhood that way is because you do this lone wolf thing. And I think it's because when you show yourself, now you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. If I change out, you're the sum of the five closest people you hang out with, right? So if you're hanging out with losers, the bar is really low.
Yeah.
If I go get higher caliber friends, guess what just happened?
Hmm.
I, the standard has now risen. And now I have to hold myself to that standard. So it's the same thing with like you said, what questions should you be asking yourself? Well, what is the mission? What is the purpose of my life? Do I have clarity around it? And I think men don't want to dive into that question and gain clarity around their life and where they want to go with their life. Because once you have clarity of the person that you're supposed to be, that you were created to be, well, it becomes very clear of the things that you're not supposed to be doing that don't serve that person.
Yeah. It's
That's
powerful.
that therein lies the issue. Like now, once I have clarity, it's very clear that these things that I do, these vices, these habits, give me no return of investment on the man that I was created to
Hmm.
be. So it's a very scary thing to get clarity. It's a very scary thing to realize what your purpose is.
Hmm.